First of all, once again, I am humbled by the people of this community. It has been such a pleasure serving Scottsdale. The talent in this community, the heart in this community is simply amazing. You guys make me laugh, you make me cry, you make me think, you make me a better person. And that's really the foundation of our democracy, isn't it? It's about working together, listening to each other, and doing things so that we can all thrive and all be safe. And so I absolutely want to second my colleague's motion. If there is a problem with our diversity, equity, and inclusion department, let me tell you, yeah, we've had it. It was called something else. You don't like the name, folks? Change the name. Don't change the process. Don't change the belief in it. And I want to be clear that the policemen that are keeping you safe tonight, they were hired based on merit. And the water scientists that are making sure you can drink and survive tap water, yeah, they were hired based on merit. This ordinance was done behind the scenes without a public process and serves no purpose. The claim by my colleagues that they desire to have merit-based hiring, I got good news for everybody who wrote, and we heard from hundreds of people. And the few people who wrote in support of the ordinance, what did they say? They said, we demand merit-based hiring. I got good news for you. For as long as I have been in Scottsdale, and for long before that, this city has been a merit-based hiring city. And what about the training that is so offensive? Let's talk about that training. Our community programs include dinner and dialogue. That certainly sounds poisonous. We support community diversity partners and multi-city regional unity festival and walk, and the Mayor's Committee on Employment of People with Disabilities. Those are the programs that are at risk today for political gains because somebody up here didn't understand how the city operates, the programs we have in place, and we're willing to risk it for some kind of political gain. Now let's talk about how did we end up with this horrible ordinance? As I mentioned, it was done without community process. And I get it. When we get up here as council members, I've been up here 6 years, we don't know a whole lot, okay? Anybody can get elected as long as you get the people who, think that they represent you. That's fine. We're up here to learn. And the way you get an ordinance done is, A, you identify a need, and often that need is identified by the very community that you serve. And then you start a community process, just like we did with every ordinance that we have that pertains to social and environmental issues. We bring the community together because the 7 of us don't know everything, so we have to listen to you. And then we bring in the experts, and we bring in our staff, and we design an ordinance that actually solves a problem and does not undermine anybody, but lifts everybody up. That was not done. Let me tell you something else. We have work study sessions. I have spent more time in the last 6 years at work study sessions. A work study session is an informal way for this city council to discuss issues because we have to do it in a public process, but we can't just vote on something without hearing about each other. So that's the purpose of a work study session. There have been no work study sessions. Nobody on this council who supported this ordinance asked me my opinion, asked me about my life's experience, nor did they ask you about yours. This is an ordinance that is aimed at accomplishing nothing and solving problems that never existed, and sadly, sends a message to the world that this international destination is not open for all. There is not one policy at the city of Scottsdale that will change if this ordinance is passed, but the downside risks are endless. We are better together. We are better when we have an Office of Diversity, because it enables us to educate the public, create events where people meet people they would otherwise not meet, and it ensures that the people we hire are the best and the brightest. You cannot say you support diversity, you support inclusion, you support keeping Scottsdale open for all, and vote for this ordinance. You know, I've been told, I hate being called a politician, and I've been told that there's a difference between politicians and leaders. Politicians say one thing and do another, and leaders deliver what they say, and they deliver for the people they represent. I encourage my colleagues, if they have concerns, they should support my colleagues' motion. We should have community meetings. We should discuss the dangers of DEI that one of our speakers mentioned. None of those exist here in the city, but if they do, let's have those community meetings. Let's have the work study session. Find those problems and root them out, as my colleague said. I just want to end with a photo that already appeared on previously with us. There we go. This is Scottsdale for All. This is the picture that my colleagues supporting this ordinance said is poisonous. This is not who we are as a community. And again, I'll give my colleagues who are new to this council some space. There's a lot to learn when you become a council member. Please support the motion on the table. Let's continue this discussion. Let's truly root out problems, if there are any, and find ways to make this better. And again, you don't like the name of the department? We can change that. Let's not change the values that stands for. Thank you.
Thank you.